Come here, son, nephew, young man. Let me holler at you. I got time today. Who is SWAC? A few weeks ago at a press conference, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, his integrity, loyalty, or maybe his belonging to the SWAC Conference was questioned. So now he's headed to the Colorado University. I'm not sure. I'm not a big sports fan like I used to be. I'm more of a fan of people, studying people, and understanding how things work. If you've never seen this channel before, number one, I advocate for utility and readiness for young men. I know if you're my age, you're an 80s baby, or early 90s baby, you're probably like, man, what you talking about? But you know, we got a lot of guys out there, young men who, some things that maybe we took for granted because it was common knowledge is not so common now. So anyway, pardon me while I get my formalities out of the way, but got my basic G-Shock square. I like the blacked out versions. Nothing special. I'm not going anywhere. We got to do anything rough today. I'm going to take my son to get some breakfast, and then we're going to get some, he's got to go to the hardware store to get some things for his science project. At his school, I give his I give all his teachers their credit. The curriculum is challenging, so I don't mind things like that at all. Pocket check. Today I got my Spyderco Paramilitary 2. You know, I like my serrated blades, preferably, but this is my favorite knife overall. If you collect knives or if you know anything about knives, then it's nothing you hadn't seen. But if you're new to them, give Spyderco a try as far as finesse, grace, flat cutting edge for very accuracy. Accuracy is going to be where these shine at because of the cutting geometry. But anyway, it's not a knife video. Anything can turn into a knife video real quick. That's one of my hobbies, one of my favorite tools. Anyway, they say if you want the right answer, then you got to ask the right questions. Or if you ask the right questions, you get the right answers. Now, I didn't go to a SWAC school. Actually, one of these two I did go to briefly. It wasn't for me. Not that I did anything wrong, but, you know, I have my experience with SWAC schools. I actually went to these two up here, Northwestern State University and Louisiana Tech University. So out of respect for my true SWAC people, because I guess I ain't SWAC, and that's fine. You know, credibility matters to a degree. But I'm going to just ask some questions. Just going to ask some questions. Just pose some questions. Just put them out there. If you want to respond in the comments, great. If not, fine. Just something to think about. Who is SWAC? What is SWAC? What are the actual origins of HBCUs? Now, I'm an educator. I read a lot. I might read sources that other people might not dig for, but the answer might not be what you think, but I'm not going to get into that. In its current configuration, though, I do recommend a lot of my students go to HBCUs, and I recommend some don't. And then I give honest pros and cons for both, so my students can have the best option for them. Because for me, that's what this is about. But we're talking about the business of football today. But we're also talking about business in general. So my first question is going to be, what is the SWAC? What was it before Coach Prime got there? What was it back in the 90s? Huh? Hey, these folks used to run it. I got a lot of friends who went here. I know a lot of people who graduated from here, or either one. What is it now, though, as far as the athletics and as far as business is concerned? Coach Prime comes on the scene, and whether you want to, now I'm going to make this statement. As far as business, as far as coaching, as far as marketing, he did it right. You can't argue with that. Numerically, budget-wise, the press that they're getting, the opportunities that Jackson State got to be on TV, prime time, TV. I'm in a good mood today. The record, did they just win the SWAC championship, or are they? Yeah, they won the SWAC championship again, and they're headed to the HBCU national championship. I don't know all the particulars anymore. Like I said, I'm more involved in me coaching my son than I am in watching sports. But okay, this topic interested me. So the man gets there and he does good work. He does he provides certain inputs to get a specific result. And at the end of the day, if we're talking about the sports, overall it's winning. But now you got the mainstream media saying, well, you think you can beat a Power 5 school, Coach Prime? The reality of the situation is, and I want to say Grambling beat one or two not a few years ago, but the reality of the situation is if he would have decided to stay at Jackson State, oh yeah, they would. Because he had 5-star, 4-star recruits deciding to go to Jackson State and transfer into Jackson State. And they had opportunities to go elsewhere, so that was coming. How was he treated while he was in the SWAC? By the people in the community in Jackson, Mississippi, but also by the rest of the SWAC. How did that feel? What was being done business-wise behind closed doors? Because, see, we don't know the personal experiences. We don't know what happened behind closed doors. And it could have been good, could have been bad. I don't know. I'm just asking. We're posing questions because right inputs, right results. Right questions, right answers. How did the rest of the SWAC coaches treat the guy? How did the rest of the SWAC fans treat the man? See, here's why I'm asking those questions. If he indeed came there and did the right thing, and he indeed got the right outputs based on the right inputs, then, and if he's not SWAC, then what are we saying, right? If an outsider comes to the SWAC and doesn't get treated well, even though he did the right thing, and he bought positives for every team in the SWAC, not just Jackson State, what happens then if your pipeline for outsiders closes up because it's like, wait a minute, I don't want to go through those experiences. And if that's not the case, it don't even matter anyway. He made some statements about facilities. And, it takes money to build facilities. If the facilities were indeed not up to par, why weren't they? Who's responsible for that? I don't know. I didn't go to a SWAC school. I'm not SWAC. I don't think I am. I don't know. I'm going to say no, unless SWAC folks just make me an honorary SWAC, which they probably ain't going to do. So they probably going to be like, no, you take your tail on back over there to Louisiana Tech and Northwestern. Okay. There's positives and negatives to both. Now, I can speak on those. I might one day. I might not. I don't know. So he's going somewhere else and he's getting a heck of a lot more money. If his experience behind closed doors wasn't good, because let me tell you something. Whatever type of industry you're in, it's always a small world. I'm an educator. I know a lot of educators. I used to be an educational administrator. The higher you go up, the smaller those worlds get. So at one point, darn near every administrator in Louisiana, I knew them. So these coaches talk. Well, hell, when I used to coach, I was in tight-knit circles with coaches too. They know. And if something wasn't what it seemed, and you can take $5 million, okay, let me re-reference that. Let me repose the question. Let me reposition. If he goes to, what is it, Pac-10? I don't know what Colorado is. Maybe it's Pac-10. Maybe it's something like that. I'm not sure. Whatever conference this is, we're just going to say it's PAC. If he goes to the PAC, I think it might be Pac-12. If he goes to the PAC and he's getting treated well at the school and getting treated well at his opponent's schools, and nobody's saying, well, hey, buddy, you ain't PAC. Who's PAC? You're not PAC. I ain't PAC, buddy. If that doesn't happen, what does that make his experience at Jackson State and in the SWAC look like? What does it tell future players and coaches? All in all, I'm going to say this. I respect good coaching. I respect good business. I like what Coach Prime did at Jackson State. He did it right. And I think the main thing should be to applaud people who do right, especially by students, because that's what it's really about. It's about the students. I wish the man the best wherever he goes. I hope he does well. I'm going to also say this. Did he leave the blueprint for SWAC to keep on going on this upward trajectory that's been headed on this year? I would say yes. I would say to anyone who's speaking negatively on the guy, wait a minute. He showed you the blueprint to improve your facilities, to get the best players possible, to get assistant coaches, to get the media response and proper marketing. He's opened the door. The floodgate is still open. I mean, he was an NFL talent. Well, of course, you want the best possible football minds and people with the best bodies of work to come and work at your schools, right? SWAC or not, right? You about to hear the alarm go off. My friend is getting here. Now, see, I'm making a video about who ain't SWAC. Is Dylan in SWAC? Is Dylan part of the SWAC? Well, you ain't SWAC neither. You turn that alarm off. You ain't SWAC neither. Go on. See, that's what happened when all these non-SWAC people come in the building, messing up the doggone video. No, well, look, she went to HBCU, but she ain't SWAC neither, so she can't talk. Now, if the man made the blueprint for what you... Now, how you got another video playing while mine going, son? Hey, Jay, turn that video off. I'm shooting videos right now. You should be watching my videos anyway. See, it be your own people, man. Turn that down, boy. Oh, that's my friend playing. Okay, well, she's playing the church service. I'm sorry. All right, well, tell Pastor O to quiet down some just a little bit, please. Thank you. All right. Sorry about that. So, if he gave the blueprint, why not say thank you? We appreciate you. Best wishes. Class. Dignity. Sportsmanship. Those are things my high school coach taught us at the school I went to. High school I went to. And they used to hate his guts. He got offered a SWAC job too. Could have went other places. And chose not to. He chose to stay at our school. We can appreciate that. And I think that's what needs to start happening. Our best and brightest, we need to appreciate them. Because you can't keep anybody anywhere forever. Things have to change. I would pray, my prayer would be that SWAC schools take that model. You got plenty of retired NFL guys. He might not need the $5 million, but you might have some guys who have the resume, have the experience, but maybe they don't have the name Prime. Maybe they do have a name, maybe their money ain't right. Whatever. Somebody will take that $300,000 who played in the NFL and who has coaching ability. And I would hope that that person gets to call as many shots as related to their football program as possible. And I would hope that that person has the most success as well. And I would hope that all the SWAC schools do it and follow suit, raise the talent level, increase the efficiency of how business is conducted, improve their numbers, improve the quality of the games, and most importantly, and last but not least, improve the student experience. I like to see people win, especially my people. I'm one of my people. Why wouldn't I? So I doubt seriously Coach Prime ever sees this, but I'm going to just encourage anybody else. Hey, man, congratulate the guy. Your turn is going to come when you want somebody to congratulate you. When your turn comes to do the right thing, I hope that you take the opportunity to do the right thing. And when you get a chance to take a better opportunity, take it. Because I'm going to tell you this. You got to take care of you. You got to take care of your family. And when you take all the risk and keep putting all the burdens on your shoulders, all these people who say you need to stay for the culture and you need to stay for this, and let them get a chance to start hating on you. They'll turn their back on you in a minute. And I know from experience, if you know me personally, as an educator, you know what I'm talking about. That's the world we live in. As a man, I respect what the brother did as a man. He came in there and he fixed something. My dad taught me, if you don't like something, fix it. As an athlete, a joker who's scoring some points and talking too much trash, you don't like what he's saying, shut him down. You don't like how the bully's treating you? Well, I ain't gonna tell you what we did to the bullies, but we're an anti-bully family. Bullying is not nice. Don't bully people. I had to get on a bully's case the other day. He called himself harassing online a pastor, a guy who's trying to do some work in the community. And I'm a square. I'm a nice guy. But, you know, he's on the pastor's internet page, one of his forums, you know, and he's telling the pastor, hey, well, you know what, chump, we can meet up somewhere. Now, you know that's a pastor. You know he's got a reputation to uphold. So I said, hey, don't bother the pastor. I tell you what, if meeting up with somebody is so much to you, you can meet up with me. It's a couple of gyms around here. If that means that much to you, you rent the ring. You tell me where to be on Sunday, 3 o'clock. I'll see you. It's Sunday. I ain't heard from the guy, but that's what bullies do. But anyway, when men get involved in situations, things change, right? And when the right man gets involved in a situation, the right thing happens. Unfortunately, when men do the right thing, sometimes tough decisions have to be made. And not everybody understands and appreciates tough decisions. And sometimes you still got to do what you got to do. So, young men out there, whatever men watch this channel, you got to do what's best for you. Take care of whatever organization. Do the best you can with it. Take care of whatever people are under your care. Whatever assignments are under your care. And when it's time for you to go, you do your absolute best. See, here's a philosophy that I live by. I do my best with everything, and I make sure that somebody, including myself, gets some wins out of every situation. Because, and maybe you don't win, but I do my absolute best wherever I go, whatever I do. Because I can sleep at night. Regardless of who doesn't like what I did or what I said, I can sleep. I can rest assured that I did what my dad taught me to do. As a man, fix things, improve things, lead, build. I appreciate everybody who watches this channel. We eclipsed the 400 viewer, follower. This is YouTube subscriber. We're getting close to 2,500. I don't know what's going on in TikTok. There's a certain series of videos I made, and it looks like TikTok throttled my views down or whatever, or maybe I offended some people. But one thing you're going to find about the videos I make, I'm not lying to you. I'm not saying anything wrong. You can always double check the information that I put out there. So I appreciate followers and subscribers. Hit the like button. hit the dislike button, either one. That's okay with me. Make your comments positive, things that need to be improved. Now, if you're going to be negative, just don't be disrespectful. We're not going to do that. And if you'd like to subscribe, hey, it's welcome. I'd appreciate it. Share the videos. There's always some young person out there who can use some information designed and geared towards improving their quality of life. That's why I decided to do this based on what my students asked me to do. And as always, never lose the will to win, never lose the will to survive. And if you're ever going to get yourself a good pocket knife, consider getting one of these. Love it. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a happy Sunday.